Hello friends, today we study how to differentiate a composite function using a rule known as chain rule. Chain rule is used to differentiate a composite function. Now, if you have a function y is equal to f of u and you have one more function that is u is equal to g of x and you are interested in finding the derivative of the composite function f of g of x, then we have this rule known as chain rule where we differentiate y with respect to u first and then we differentiate u with respect to x. This is the way we apply chain rule. It will be more clear when we take an example. The first example, y is equal to sin x degrees. Now, in calculus, the angle always has to be in radians, not in degrees. So to convert any angle from degrees to radian, you multiply it by pi by 180. So we have here sin of x degrees, which can be converted into radians by multiplying by pi by 180, which we get sin pi x by 180. Now derivative of sin x is cos x. So derivative of sin of pi x by 180 should be cos of pi x by 180. Now here instead of x we have pi x by 180, so we are going to differentiate pi x by 180. Now what is the derivative of pi x by 180? In pi x by 180 you find that pi by 180 is constant, so we write as it is, and the derivative of x is 1. The derivative of x is 1. So the answer is pi by 180 cos of pi x by 180. In question number 2, y is equal to sin square x, which can be written as sin x whole square. Here you find, here we have a outermost function that is sin x whole square, which is comparable with x raised to n. Inside that we have one more function that is sin x. So we differentiate the outermost function first and then the innermost function. So derivative of sin x square will be 2 sin x and the power will get reduced by 1. So 2 minus 1, that is 1. And here instead of x we have sin x. So we differentiate sin x. So derivative of sin x is cos x. So the answer, the derivative of sin square x is 2 sin x cos x, which can be simplified by a standard result sin 2x. So we have a result sin 2x is 2 sin x cos x. So the derivative of sin square x is sin 2x. Question number 3, y is equal to sin x square. Here the outermost function is sin x square and inside this we have one more function x square. So we differentiate the outermost function first. So derivative of sin x is cos x. Derivative of sin of x square is cos of x square. So derivative of sin of x square is cos of x square. Now here instead of x we have x square. So we differentiate x square. Now x square is a power function. So derivative of x raised to n is n into x raised to n minus 1. So derivative of x square is 2x raised to 2 minus 1. So the final answer is 2x cos x square, cos of x square. So here we find that the outermost function is sin of x square and inner function is x square. Question number 4, y equal to sin x square whole square. So it is a power function. So the outermost function is sin x square the whole square and the innermost function is sin of x square. So we differentiate the outermost function first. So the derivative is 2 into sin of x square. The power get reduced by 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Sin of 2 times sin of x square raised to 2 minus 1. And now instead of the function x we have sin of x square. So derivative of sine of x square is nothing but cos of x square, because we know that derivative of sine x is cos x. So derivative of sine of x square is cos of x square, and inside that we have one more function, that is x square. So derivative of x square is 2x. Question number 5, the function is y is equal to sine root x. So here the outermost function is sine root x, and inside that we have one more function, root x. So the derivative of sine x is cos x. So the derivative of sine of root x will be cos of root x. It will be cos of root x, and instead of x we have root x, and we know that derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. So the answer is into 1 upon 2 root x. Question number 6, y is equal to under root sine x. Now it is comparable with root x. The derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. So the outermost function is root sine x, and inside that we have an inner function, that is sine x. So derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. So similarly derivative of under root of sine x will be 1 upon 2 under root of sine x. And here instead of x we have sine x, so we are going to differentiate sine x, and the derivative of sine x is cos x. So the final answer is cos x upon 2 under root sine x. Question number 7, y is equal to sine of log x. Now here the outermost function is sine of log x, which is comparable with sine x, and derivative of sine x is cos x. So derivative of sine of log x should be 1 upon log x. Now here instead of x what do we have? We have log x. So we are going to differentiate log x, and derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So the final answer is 1 upon x log x. Question number 8, y is equal to log sine x. Now this is comparable with log x, and the derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So derivative of log of sine x will be 1 upon sine x. Now here instead of x we have sine x, and the derivative of sine x is cos x. So we can simplify and write this as cos x upon sine x, which is cot x. So cot x is the derivative of the composite function log of sine x. Question number 9, y is equal to e raised to sine x. Now derivative of e raised to x is the same function e raised to x. So derivative of e raised to sine x will be e raised to sine x, and here instead of sine x we have, instead of x we have sine x. So the derivative of sine x is cos x. So the final answer is cos x into e raised to sine x. Question number 10, y is equal to 4 raised to sine x. It is comparable with a raised to x. Derivative of a raised to x is a raised to x log a. So derivative of 4 raised to sine x will be 4 raised to sine x. Now here instead of a we have 4, so it will be 4 raised to sine x log 4. Now 4 raised to sine x is the outermost function, and inside that we have an inner function, that is sine x. So I have to differentiate sine x. So we differentiate sine x, the derivative of sine x is cos x. So the answer is cos x into 4 raised to sine x into log 4. Question number 11, pi is equal to log x whole raised to 4. It is comparable with x raised to n, and derivative of x raised to n is n x raised to n minus 1. So here we write 4, then log x, and instead of x we have log x raised to the power function, it is 4 minus 1. Now this is outermost function, inside that we have one more function, that is log x, and derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So the answer is 4 into log x raised to 4 minus 1, that is 3, upon x. So here the outermost function is log x whole raised to 4, and inside that we have an inner function, that is log x. Question number 12. Y equal to log x whole raised to 4. So here we have log of x raised to 4 as the outer function. So derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So derivative of log of x raised to 4 will be 1 upon x raised to 4. And instead of x, we have x raised to 4. So we differentiate x raised to 4. It is a power function. So we get 4 x raised to 4 minus 1, that is 3. Now here x numerator we have 4x raised to 3, and here we have x raised to 4. So x raised to 3 will get cancelled from x raised to 4, and we get the answer as 4 upon x. Question number 13. Y is equal to e raised to log of sin x. Now here we have a result. E raised to log of f of x is f of x itself. So e raised to log of sin x will be converted or will be written as sin x, and it is very easy. So we know derivative of sin x, so the derivative of sin x is cos x. So though the question appears difficult, it is very easy that to use this result, e raised to log of f of x is f of x. Question number 14. Y is equal to log of under root of 2x plus 3. Now before we differentiate, we can simplify using a property of logarithm. Now we have log of under root of 2x plus 3, which can be written as 2x plus 3 whole raised to half. And using the law of logarithm, we can write this as half of log of 2x plus 3. So this function has been reduced to a simple function. Now what we have log of 2x plus 3, which is the outermost function. And inside that we have an inner function, that is 2x plus 3. So it is very easy to differentiate. So derivative, we write half as it is. Half is already present. We write half as it is. The derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So the derivative of log of 2x plus 3 will be 1 upon 2x plus 3. And now we differentiate 2x plus 3. Okay, so we differentiate 2x plus 3. So what we find? 2x plus 3, 2 will remain as it is. Derivative of x is 1. Derivative of x is 1. And 3 is a constant, so derivative is 0. So 2 into 1, 2 plus 0, we get 2. So this 2 will get cancelled with this 2, and you get the answer as 1 upon 2x plus 3. So derivative of log of 2x plus 3, under root of 2x plus 3 is 1 upon 2x plus 3. Question number 15. Y is equal to log of sin x to the base 7. Now it is comparable with a result log x to the base a. So derivative of log x to the base a is 1 upon x log a. So derivative of log of sin x to the base 7 is 1 upon x. Instead of x we have sin x. So it is 1 upon sin x and log a. So instead of a we have 7. So it is 1 upon x log a, that is 1 upon sin x log 7. Okay. Now we have to differentiate. Instead of x we have sin x. So derivative of sin x is cos x. Now here we have cos x upon sin x, which is cot x. So the answer is, we have here cot x in the numerator and log 7 in the denominator. So the answer is cot x upon log 7. Now here the question is, y is equal to log 7 to the base sin x. It is not comparable with any of the standard results, so we have to simplify using the property of logarithm, that is change of base formula. So we can write this as log 7. We can write this as log 7 upon log sin x. Now it actually means to the base e. Log 7 upon log sin x. Now which can be further written as log 7 is a constant, so it will remain as it is. So we write log 7 raised to, we have log of sin x, we have log of sin x whole raised to minus 1. So it is a power function. So now we differentiate. We are simplified. Now we differentiate. So derivative will be log 7. It will remain as it is. Log 7 as it is because it is a constant. Then log of sin x whole raised to minus 1. So we have here minus 1. It is a power function. Raised to minus 1 minus 1, that is minus 2. So we have log of then sin x raised to minus 1 minus 1, that is minus 2. Okay. Now here the outermost function is log of sin x whole raised to minus 1. Inside that we have inner function log of sin x. So we have to differentiate log of sin x. So derivative of log of sin x, it will be 1 upon sin x. It will be 1 upon sin x, and the derivative of sin x is cos x. Derivative of sin x is cos x. So we simplify and write properly the answer. Now cos x upon sin x is cot x. So we write here minus cot x minus cot x. Then we have here log 7. So we write log 7 here upon log of sin x. Now this is in the numerator, so it is minus 2. So when it comes to the denominator, it will become whole square. Okay. So this is the answer. So you have to be careful. We have log 7 to the base sin x. It is not comparable with any of the standard result. So you have to use property of logarithm, that is change of base formula, and get the derivative. Here we have y is equal to log of sine of log x. So this is the outermost function, log of sine of log x. Inside that we have one more function, that is sine of log x, and inside that we have one more function, that is log x. So log of sine of log x. So derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So the derivative of 1 upon sine of log x will be 1 upon sine of log x. 1 upon sine of log x. Now instead of x we have sine of log x. So the derivative of sine of log x will be cos of log x. Okay. Now see, we have differentiated the outermost function. Then inside that we have one more function, that is sine of log x, which we are differentiating. So derivative of sine of log x is cos of log x. Now inside that we have one more function, that is log x. So the derivative of log x is 1 upon x. Now this can be further simplified as cos of log x upon sine of log x is cot of log x. So you can write this as cot of log x upon x, and hence you get the answer. So you have to be careful. Look at the outer function, differentiate from the outermost function to the inner function, and we'll get the answer. Question number 18, y is equal to log of log x. So it is of the form log x. So log of log x. So derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So derivative of, instead of x we have log of log x. So we write here log of log x. Okay. Now we have differentiated the outer function. Now we'll differentiate the inner function. So what is the inner function? Inner function is log of log x, whose derivative is 1 upon log x. Okay. So we have an outer function. Inside that we have one more function, log of log x. Now again we have one more function, that is log x, whose derivative is 1 upon x, and hence we get the answer. Y is equal to cos of sine of log x. So derivative of cos x is minus sine x. So derivative of cos of sine of log x will be minus sine of sine log x. Sine log x. So we have box inside the box. So what is the outermost function? That is, what is the outermost box? It is cos of sine of log x. Inside that we have one more function, that is sine of log x, and again we have one more function, that is log x. So we have differentiated the outermost function. Now we differentiate the inner function. So derivative of sine of log x is cos of log x. It is cos of log x. Now, what is the innermost function? The innermost function is log x. So we differentiate log x also. So what we have, derivative of log x is 1 upon x, and hence we get the answer. So the outer function first, then we have inner function, and then we have one more function. In question number 21, we have y is equal to under root of tan root x. So here, under root of tan root x is the outermost function. Inside that we have one more function, that is tan root x, and inside that also we have one more function, that is root x. So let us differentiate. So derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. So derivative of under root of tan root x will be 1 upon 2 times of, instead of x we have tan root x, which we are going to differentiate it further. So this is under root of tan root x. Now derivative of root x, derivative of tan x is x square x. So derivative of tan of root x will be sec square of, it will be sec square of root x. Now again we have one more function, that is root x, whose derivative will be 1 upon 2 root x. So now this 2 and 2 will be 4, and the answer will be sec square root x upon 4 under root tan root x into root x. Question number 22, y equal to under root of x square plus 4x minus 7. So this is comparable with root x, whose derivative is 1 upon root x, whose derivative is 1 upon root x. So we write 1 upon 2 under root of x. So instead of x we have x square plus 4x minus 7. Now what we are going to do, we are going to differentiate x square plus 4x minus 7. X square plus 4x minus 7, whose derivative is, so derivative of x square is 2x. Now derivative of 4x, you keep 4 as it is, and derivative of x is 1, and 7 is a constant whose derivative is 0. So 2x plus 4 upon 2 under root x square plus 4x minus 7. Further you can remove 2 to get 2x plus 2, 2 and 2 getting cancelled. Question number 23. What we have, x cube minus 2x minus 1 whole raised to 5. So it is of the form x raised to n. Now derivative of x raised to n is n, x raised to n minus 1. So here n is 5. Now in differentiation what we find, power get reduces by 1. So here the power is 5. So it get reduced by 1 and we get as 4. So x cube minus 2x minus 1 whole raised to 4. Now instead of x, what we have, x cube minus 2x minus 1. So we differentiate it. So the derivative of x cube, it is 3x square. So we write 3x square, then minus 2 as it is, derivative of x is 1, 3 is a constant, whose derivative is 0. So the answer is 5 times x cube minus 2x minus 1 whole raised to 4 into 3x square minus 2. Question number 24. Y is equal to 7 upon cube root of 2x square minus 7x minus 5 whole raised to 5. Now it is cube root, so we can write 1 upon 3 multiplied by 5. Now this is in the denominator, it will go in the numerator, and we have 7 2x square minus 7x minus 5 whole raised to minus 5. So it is comparable with the power function x raised to n. 7 is a constant, so we write 7 as it is. Now n x raised to n minus 1 is a derivative, so n here is minus 5 by 3, so we write here minus 5 by 3, this is n. Then instead of x we have 2x square minus 7x minus 5, which we write as it is, 2x square minus 7x minus 5, and raised to we have n minus 1, so n is minus 5 by 3. So minus 5 by 3 minus 1 is minus 8. Now here inside function we have 2x square minus 7x minus 5, which we differentiate. So 2 is a constant, it will remain as it is. Derivative of x square will be 2x, it will be 2x, and minus 7, it will remain as it is. Derivative of x is 1 and derivative of 5, which is constant, that's 0. So the final answer should be 7 into minus 5, that is minus 35 by 3 into, this is 4x minus 7, 4x minus 7 into, we have 2x square minus 7x minus 7x minus 5 whole raised to minus 8 by 3. Okay, so actually what we have done, we have simplified to a standard function x raised to n. Okay, question number 25. We have y is equal to 25 raised to log of sec x to the base 5 minus 16 log of tan x to the base 4. Now here we are going to use this result, that a raised to log of f of x to the base a is f of x. Now 25 we write as 5 raised to 2, 16 we write as 4 raised to 2, and by properties of logarithm this 2 will go here and we get 5 log of sec square x to the base 5. Similarly we get minus 4 raised to log of tan square x to the base 4. Now using this result, property of logarithm, we get this as x square x minus tan square x, and we have a standard result, x square x minus tan square x is 1, and so we differentiate, so derivative of 1 is 0. So this is the answer. In question number 26, we have y is equal to sin x upon 1 plus cos x. Now we can solve this problem by division rule, but with the help of trigonometrical identity we can reduce to a simpler function. Sin x is 2 sin of x by 2 into cos of x by 2. 1 plus cos x is 2 cos square of x by 2. So instead of sin x we write 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2. Instead of 1 plus cos x, we write 2 cos square of x by 2. Now 2 and 2 gets cancelled. Cos of x by 2 and 1 cos of x by 2 cancelled. Sin of x by 2 upon cos of x by 2 gives tan of x by 2. So the function has been reduced to a simple one, y is equal to tan of x by 2. Now here we find that tan of x by 2 is the outermost function, and inside that you have an inner function x by 2. So we differentiate the outer first and then inner. Now inner function is x by 2 whose derivative is 1 by 2, and the derivative of tan of x by 2, we can write this as sec square of x by 2, because the derivative of tan x is sec square x, so derivative of tan of x by 2 will be sec square of x by 2. So this is the required answer. Question number 27, y equal to 1 minus cos 7x upon 1 plus cos 7x. Here we can use division rule, but we can simplify it to a simpler function using identities. 1 minus cos theta is equal to 2 sin square of theta by 2, and 1 plus cos theta is 2 cos square of theta by 2. Here you observe that theta on left hand side, when it goes to right hand side, it changes to theta by 2. So it is a half angle formula. 1 minus cos 7x can be written as 2 sin square of 7x by 2. 1 plus cos 7x can be written as 2 cos square of 7x by 2. So here you find 2 and 2 getting cancelled. Sin square of 7x by 2 upon cos square of 7x by 2 gives us tan square of 7x by 2, which we write as tan square of 7x by 2. Now it is a power function, so we need to differentiate. So tan square of 7x by 2 is the outermost function, which is a power function. So we get 2 tan 7x by 2. And in power function, the derivative of power function, the power get reduced by 1. So here we have 2 getting reduced by 1. So we have 1. Then you differentiate tan of 7x by 2. So derivative of tan of 7x by 2 is sec square of 7x by 2. which we write this as x square of 7x by 2. Now we differentiate 7x by 2, so its derivative is 7 by 2. So here you find that 2 and 2 getting cancelled, and this is the required answer. Question number 28, we have two functions. Product of two functions, y is equal to e raised to sin x into sin e raised to x. We can solve this using product rule. So actually we are using product rule and chain rule. So we keep the first function, that is e raised to sin x, as it is, and we differentiate the second function. What is the second function? Second function is sin of e raised to x, which is nothing but cos of e raised to x. And here instead of x we have e raised to x, so we differentiate and we get e raised to x. Now we keep the second function as it is, so the second function is sin e raised to x, so we keep it as it is, sin e raised to x. And now we differentiate the first function, e raised to sin x, so e raised to sin x will be e raised to sin x, and instead of x what we have, sin x, whose derivative is cos x. Hence applying product rule and chain rule, we get the required answer. Question number 29, y is equal to log of cos x to the base 10. Now we can use the formula log x to the base a. So log x to the base a is 1 upon x log a. Or we can use the change of base formula. So I can write this as log of cos x upon log 10. So 1 upon log 10 is a constant, so I write it as it is. I write 1 upon log 10. Now log of cos x is 1 upon log of cos x. Now here instead of x what do we have? Log cos x. So the derivative of log cos x is 1 upon cos x. Further, derivative of cos x is minus sin x. The derivative is minus sin x. So we can simplify it further and write minus sin x upon cos x as minus tan x, and in the denominator we have log 10. We have here log 10 into log of cos x, and hence we get the required answer. Question number 30, y is equal to under root of x plus root x. It is of the form root x. So derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. So it is 1 upon 2 root x. Instead of x we have x plus root x. So we differentiate the innermost function, that is root x. So derivative of x is 1 and derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. Now you can further simplify this and reduce the answer to a complex form, that is by taking the LCM and solving it further. Question number 31, y equal to 1 plus 4x whole raised to 5 into 3 plus x minus x square whole raised to 8. Here we have two functions, the first function and second function. Now we are going to apply product rule. You keep the first function as it is, differentiate the second function, then write the second function as it is, differentiate the first function. So we write it further. So we write 1 plus 4x whole raised to 5 as it is, 1 plus 4x whole raised to 5 as it is, and then we differentiate the second term, that is 3 plus x minus x square whole raised to 8. Now it is a power function, so we write this as 8. The power will get reduced by 1, so 3 plus x minus x square whole raised to, power get reduced by 1, and what we are going to do, we are going to differentiate the innermost term. Now the derivative of 3 is constant, it's 0, then derivative of x is 1 minus derivative of x square is 2x. So we are differentiate the outermost function, and now we are differentiating the inner function. Then we write plus, then second function we write as it is, that is 3 plus x minus x square whole raised to 8, and now we differentiate the function 1 plus 4x whole raised to 5. So it is a power function, so power get reduced by 1, so we write 5, then 1 plus 4x whole raised to, power get reduced by 1, so we get 4, and now we differentiate 1 plus 4x. So 1 is a constant, derivative 0, and derivative of 4x is 4. So this is the required answer. Question number 32, we have y is equal to sec x plus tan x upon sec x minus tan x. Now actually we can apply u by v rule and get the answer, but we'll use trigonometrical identity, simplify it, and so we can get the answer easily. So we have sec x minus tan x. So what we do, we multiply numerator denominator by sec x plus tan x. Numerator and denominator both by sec x plus tan x. So in the denominator we have sec x minus tan x into sec x plus tan x, which is sec square x minus tan square x, which ultimately gives 1. Now in the numerator we have sec x plus tan x whole square, that is a plus b whole square. We have a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now we differentiate each term. Derivative of sec square x, it is a power function, so we have 2 sec x, power get reduced by 1, and the innermost function is sec x, whose derivative is sec x tan x. It is sec x tan x. So we have differentiated the first function, that is sec square x. Now let us come to the second function. The second function is 2 sec x tan x. So we are going to apply product rule. So I write 2 sec x as it is, 2 sec x as it is, and the derivative of tan x is sec square x. It is sec square x. Simple application of product rule, sec square x. Then plus we write 2 tan x. We write here 2 tan x, and now we differentiate sec x, whose derivative is sec x tan x. Okay, sec x into tan x. Now 2 is a constant, so it will be common for both. Then plus we have to differentiate the third term. Tan square x is a power function, so we have 2 tan x, so we write this as 2 tan x. Okay, and differentiate tan x again. So the derivative of tan x is sec square x. It is sec square x. Now in the next step you can easily multiply and write the final answer. Sec x into sec x sec square x, sec x into sec square x sec cube x, and here we have 2 tan square x sec x and plus 2 tan x sec square x. Question number 33, y is equal to 1 plus tan x upon 1 minus tan x. Now we simplify this function. What we do, instead of 1 we write tan pi by 4, and here we have 1 minus tan x. Now tan x means tan x into 1, so we can write this 1 as tan pi by 4. So we have tan pi by 4 plus tan x upon 1 minus tan pi by 4 into tan x, which is tan of pi by 4 plus x. So now we differentiate. So this is the outer function, and inside that we have this inner function. Now pi by 4 plus x, so pi by 4 is a constant, derivative 0, x is derivative of x is 1, and derivative of tan x is x square x. So the answer is sec square of pi by 4 plus x. So if you know the standard result, you can easily differentiate, you can simplify the function, you can easily differentiate and get the answer. Question number 34, we have y is equal to under root of 1 minus sine 2x upon 1 plus sine 2x. Now what we do, before we actually differentiate, we simplify the function. So here I can write 1 as cos square x plus sine square x in the numerator and denominator, and here both numerator and denominator I can write sine 2x as 2 sin x cos x. It is a standard identity. Now here we have a square minus 2ab plus b square, which is a minus b whole square. In the denominator we have a square plus 2ab plus b square, which is a plus b whole square. Now it is whole square and square root, so this vanishes, square root vanishes, and we get cos x minus sin x upon cos x plus sin x. Now we can differentiate here also, but we'll still try to simplify it. So what we do, we divide numerator and denominator by cos x. So if you divide cos x upon cos x, that is 1, sin x upon cos x, tan x, cos x upon cos x 1, and sin x upon cos x is tan x. Now what we do, instead of 1 we write tan pi by 4, so tan pi by 4 minus tan x, and 1 plus tan x. Now here tan x means I can say 1 into tan x. Okay, so what we do, we replace this 1 by tan pi by 4. So what we get, tan pi by 4 minus tan x upon 1 plus tan pi by 4 into tan x, which ultimately gives us tan of pi by 4 minus x. So the complicated function has been reduced to a simpler one using trigonometric identities. Now what we do, we differentiate. Now the outermost function is tan of pi by 4 minus x. Inside we have pi by 4 minus x. So we differentiate the innermost function. So pi by 4 is a constant, minus derivative of x is 1. So here we get minus 1. And now we differentiate tan of pi by 4 minus x. Derivative tan x is x square x. So derivative of tan of pi by 4 minus x will be sec square of pi by 4 minus x. So you find that if you know the trigonometric identity very well, you can easily get the answer to complicated functions also. So this is a required answer. Question number 35. We have y is equal to sine square of log of x square. So this is the outermost function, and inside we have log of x square. So we differentiate. So it is 2 sine of log of x square, then differentiating sine of log of x square. So this will remain as it is. So 2 sine log x square will remain as it is, and we differentiate sine of log of x square, which is cos of log x square, which is cos of log x square, and now we differentiate log x square. Okay, so now we differentiate log x square. So log x square, derivative of log of x square, it is 1 upon x square, and derivative of x square is 2x. So this x and this x should get cancelled, and this is the required answer. Question number 36. We have y is equal to log of tan cube x sin 4x x square plus 7 whole raised to 7. Now what we do, we have logarithm outside, so we can use properties of logarithm, and we get log of tan cube x plus log of sin 4x plus log of x square plus 7 whole raised to 7. Log of product get converted to sum. Now 3 can be shifted here, so 3 log of tan x plus 4 log of sin x plus 7 log of x square plus 7. So what we do, we differentiate all the 3 terms. So 3 is a constant, so we write 3 as it is. Now derivative of log of tan x is 1 upon tan x, derivative of log x is 1 upon x, so it is 1 upon tan x, and derivative of tan x is sec square x. It is sec square x, then plus 4 as it is. Derivative of log of sin x is 1 upon log x is 1 upon x, so log of sin x is 1 upon sin x, and derivative of sin x is cos x. Then we differentiate the third term, so we write here a plus 7 as it is. Log of x square plus 7, so it is 1 upon x square plus 7, and now we differentiate the innermost function, that is derivative of x square is 2x. Now we simplify this and write the answer properly. Now 1 upon tan x is nothing but cos x, and cos x, sorry, 1 upon tan x is cot x. So, and cot x is cos x upon sin x, cos x upon sin x, and sec square x is 1 upon cos square x. It is 1 upon cos square x. Now what can be done? We can write here further, plus 4 sin x upon cos x, which is cot x, plus 7 into 2, that is 14. So we have 14x upon x square plus 7. Okay. Now here you find that cos x and cos x get cancelled. Now what we do, here we introduce 2 here. Okay. And we'll write 2 here also. So that we get this as equal to 3 into 2, that is 6, 2 sin x into cos x is sin 2x, which will go in the numerator and become cosec 2x. This is a standard identity, cosec 2x. 2 sin x into cos x is sin 2x, and 1 upon sin 2x is cosec 2x, and remaining as it is, 4 cot x, 4 cot x, 4 cot x plus 14x upon x square plus 7. So this is a required answer. Okay. Question number 37. We have y is equal to e raised to log of x whole square minus log x square. Now when nothing is present, it means to the base e. We are going to use this result. E raised to log of f of x is f of x. So we have e raised to log of x square minus log x square, which is nothing but f of x, that is log x whole square minus log x square. Now we differentiate this. Now x raised to n, it is a power function, so we differentiate, and this will be 2 log x, it's raised to 2 minus 1. Now we differentiate log x, so derivative of log x is 1 upon x minus log of x square, which is 1 upon x square, and derivative of x square is 2x. So you can cancel x and x, and hence you get the required answer as 2 log x upon x and minus 2 by x. Question number 38. Y is equal to log x to the base e square. So we are using the change of base formula. So we get log of log x upon log of e square, which can be further simplified as 2 log e, and log e is 1. So we have 2 into 1. In the numerator we have log of log x. Now we differentiate. Now half is a constant, so we keep as it is. So the derivative of log x is 1 upon log x, and further the derivative of log x is 1 upon x, and hence we get our final answer as 1 upon 2x log x. So using property of logarithm, we can simplify and easily differentiate. Question number 39. We have y is equal to sec of under root of 1 plus x square. So it is of the form sec x. Derivative of sec x is sec x tan x. So it is sec So instead of x we have under root of 1 plus x square. So it is sec x tan x. So 1 plus x square. Here we have tan of under root of 1 plus x square. Now the inner function is 1 plus x square. The inner function is under root of 1 plus x square. So we differentiate it. So root x is 1 upon 2 root x. So it will be 1 upon 2 under root of 1 plus x square. And now we differentiate the inner function, that is 1 plus x square. So 1 plus x square is 2x. It is 2x. So we can easily cancel this 2 and 2 and we get a required answer. Question number 40. Y is equal to cos of sine of x square. So it is comparable to the form cos x. So derivative of cos x is sine x minus sine x. So we have cos of sine of x square is minus sine of x square, and inside we have a function sine of x square whose derivative is cos of x square, and again we have an inner function, that is x square, whose derivative is 2x. So we have this outer function, inside we have sine of x square, and inside we have x square, and hence we get a answer. Question number 41. Y is equal to sine inverse of x by a. Now we have the standard result. Derivative of sine inverse x is 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square. Now instead of x we have x by a. So instead of x we are going to write x by a, and then we are going to differentiate x by a. Now in x by a, 1 upon a is a constant, so we write as it is, and derivative of x is 1. And here we differentiate, so here instead of x what do we write? Instead of x we write x by a. So we have 1 upon under root 1 minus x by a whole square. So this will be x square upon a square. Okay. Now what we do, we take LCM. So taking LCM, what do we have? We have here 1 upon a, and here you have 1 upon under root of this is 1 minus x square upon a square. So you have here a square minus x square upon a square okay, upon a square. Now this it is 1 upon under root of a square minus x square upon a square. So when you do the simplification, this under root a square will become a and a will get cancelled, and you get the answer as 1 upon under root of a square minus x square. So this is the required answer. Now let us go to the next question. Question number 42. What we have, y is equal to cos inverse of tan x. So derivative of cos inverse x is minus 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square. So if instead of x what do you have? Tan x. So we differentiate tan x. So the derivative of tan x is sec square x. So instead of x we have tan x. So derivative of tan x is sec square x. And here the derivative of cos inverse x is minus 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square. So instead of x we write tan square x, and hence we get a final answer. So it is very easy provided you know the standard derivative. Okay. Question number 43. Y is equal to tan root x. So derivative of tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So here instead of x we have root x. So we need to differentiate root x. So derivative of root x is 1 upon 2 root x. Okay. And here instead of x what do we have? Root x. So root x whole square is x. So we get the answer as 1 plus x. Question number 44, y is equal to cot inverse of x square. So here instead of x you have x square. So we differentiate cot inverse of x square first and then we differentiate x square. So derivative of x square is 2x. And differentiate cot inverse of x square. So here we have minus 1 upon 1 plus. Now instead of x we have x square. So x square whole square will be x raised to 4 and hence we get a answer. Question number 45, y is equal to sec inverse of 2x. So the derivative of sec inverse x is 1 upon x under root x square minus 1. So instead of x we have 2 raised to x. Now derivative of 2 raised to x is 2 raised to x log 2. So we write the derivative of 2 raised to x, 2 raised to x log 2. And now we differentiate sec inverse of 2 raised to x. So instead of x we have 2 raised to x. So what we write 1 upon, instead of x we write 2 raised to x under root of x square, that is 2 raised to x whole square will be 2 raised to 2x minus 1. So this is the required answer. Y is equal to cosec inverse of e raised to x. So the derivative of cosec inverse x is minus 1 upon x under root of x square minus 1. So derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. E raised to x will remain as it is. So the answer is e raised to x as it is. And instead of x, what do we have? E raised to x. So we are just going to replace x by e raised to x. So we have e raised to x under root of, instead of x we have x square, so we'll write e raised to x whole square, that will be e raised to 2x minus 1, and hence we get our required answer. Question number 47, we have y is equal to sine of m sine inverse x. So this is the outermost function, you have the inner function. So derivative of sine x is cos x. So derivative of sine of m sine inverse x is cos of m sine inverse x, and instead of x what we have m sine inverse x. So we write cos of m sine inverse x as it is, cos of m sine inverse x as it is, and now we differentiate m into sine inverse x. So we have m, and derivative of sine inverse x is 1 upon 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square. Question number 48, we have y is equal to log of e raised to x square 5 minus 4x whole raised to 3 by 2 upon cube root of 7 minus 6x. So what we do, we apply properties of logarithm. Now in the numerator we have multiplication of two terms, and here we have division. So we write log of e raised to x square plus log of 5 minus 4x whole raised to 3 by 2 minus log of 7 minus 6x whole raised to 1 by 3. Now this power goes down, so we have x square log e plus 3 by 2 log of 5 minus 4x minus 1 by 3 log of 7 minus 6x. Now log e is 1, so we have x square plus 3 by 2 log of 5 minus 4x minus 1 by 3 log of 7 minus 6x. So we simply differentiate. So derivative of x square is 2x. Then 3 by 2 is a constant, so we write as it is. Now derivative of log x is 1 upon x, and we know that derivative of 5 minus 4x, 5 is a constant, derivative 0, minus 4x, so it is minus 4. So we write minus 4 here. Log of 5 minus 4x is 1 upon, it will be 1 upon 5 minus 4x. 5 minus 4x. Okay. Then we have this minus 1 by 3 as it is. Then derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So derivative of log of 7 minus 6x is 1 upon 7 minus 6x. And then we differentiate 7 minus 6x. which is minus 6. Now further simplification is easy. You can cancel here 2 and 4. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, and 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, and you can get the further answer. Question number 49. Y is equal to log of a raised to cos x upon x square minus 3 whole raised to 3 log x. So property of logarithm, we have only one term in the numerator and two in the denominator. So we have minus sign, this cos x will come here, and we have 3 here and log of log x. So log a is a constant, so we keep as it is, and derivative of cos x is minus sin x. So we write here minus sin x log a, minus sin x log a. In the second term, 3 is a constant, so we keep as it is. It is minus 3, and log of x square minus 3, that is log x. So derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So derivative of log of x square will be, this is 2x, and log of x square minus 3 is 1 upon x square minus 3. This is x square minus 3. Okay, and here we have minus log of log x is 1 upon log x, and further we differentiate log x, which is nothing but x. So we can write here it is 1 upon x, and hence we get our answer. Moving to our last question, question number 50. Y is equal to log x to the base 10 plus log 10 to the base x plus log x to the base x plus log 10 to the base 10. So what we are going to do, we are going to use change of base formula. So we can write this as log x upon log 10, here log 10 upon log x upon log x, and log 10 upon log 10. So here get cancelled, and we have 1. This also get cancelled, 1 plus 1 2, and hence we get this. Now 1 upon log 10 is a constant, so we write as it is 1 upon log 10, and derivative of log x is 1 upon x. We write 1 upon x here, then plus log 10 as it is, log 10 as it is, and here we have a power function x raised to n, so we write this as minus 2 log x, sorry, minus 1 log x whole raised to minus 1, that is minus 2, and instead of x we have log x, so we have to differentiate that also log x, so it will be 1 upon x, and hence we get a final answer. And 1 plus 1 is 2, the constant, derivative is 0.